I'm a chartered accountant by qualification. Been living in Mumbai for approximately now 8 years. Came here to work. I was working as an investment banker with Ernst & Young. After working for some time, then I did find a friend of mine living in my society which had done a curriculum with ma'am in Motilal Oswal earlier. And I used to see him as a trader and he was living a good life. He was trading in the evenings, he had time for himself, he was playing around. I said, yeah, I want to live like him. I mean, I've been working 16, 18 hours a day, not having any time for myself. Then I asked him, what do you do? He said, I'm a trader. I said, how do you trade? So this is what I learned, this is what I've been doing. And he introduced me. You know, she has come up with a program and you should join. So that was the first time I came across, I met ma'am and I enrolled for the program. Then the journey towards technical analysis, that's how it started. And since then, I've been very happy with it, very content with it. And today's been around 5 years since I've been doing it. So for me, it's again like coming back to revise myself and, things like that in the sense. Basically, it's not that I started indulging in the stock market after technical. I had been doing it earlier with whatever little bit knowledge that we had. As CAs, we are generally attracted towards the market, but that was more towards the fundamental side of things. So my journey started like that. So we were never introduced to the world of technical analysis. People like us, we never knew anything about it. That completely changed my thought process of looking towards the markets. There's a lot of added value in technical analysis which a lot of fundamental people don't understand, and they have a lot of myths around and a lot of things around that those are done by day traders, those are done by traders, and traders don't money. There are a lot of myths in the market, but once you really try to understand what the study is trying to tell you and incorporate that in how you make decisions in the market, I think it's been very, very useful. Today, I cannot participate in the markets without the help of technical analysis. So it has very high value according to me. I think there's a lot to do with social perception, media. People keep saying that traders don't make money, investors do. So if you put money and keep it for the long term, you'll make money. But I completely disagree with that. I'm not saying that I'm denying, don't do it. But I'm just saying there are multiple ways people participate in the market. And you got to choose what suits you the best. So every strategy makes money, every way makes money. There's no one perfect magical way. You got to find that magic for yourself. And that will only come when you have a lot of tools with you and you have your own thought and how you can incorporate in the kind of decisions you want to make, timeline you want to have, and how better, what is your trade management style, what kind of risk appetite do you have. That's very individual for individual people. So it's not just one defined formula for everybody. So you've got to find your own magic charm. But all of these studies really help you in trying to start making a view towards the market, your own view, rather than relying on what somebody else is saying, According to me, either I have a view or I don't have a view. Just by somebody else, what he or she thinks, what the markets are going to do, I cannot put my hard-earned money on that. So when I'm trading or I'm investing, I got to be very sure of where I'm putting my money in. And that kind of confidence you can only gain with a lot of knowledge. And technical analysis is one of the fantastic ways of developing that skill. Basically, if I say the bottom line is you're trying to find trends. So let's say I want to buy a stock, but I also want to know what is the trend of that stock, which any fundamental guy does not even look into. So as long as I think that, okay, it's a good company, it's making good profits, I see the balance sheet, I see overall how the company is, let's put money in that, and over a period of time, it must give us the returns that we think it must. That is what people go. Now let's say you bought a really good company, no doubt about that. But that company somehow is in a correction phase or is in a downtrend. You don't know that. You can only know when you look at charts, when you study charts and you try to analyze the trend of the stock that you're wanting to put money in. Now let's say if I find a good stock, something that I want to put money in, and technical analysis supports me that the trend is moving up, it just gives me an added leverage of confidence that I should put money in that stock now. Or if the trend is not in the direction that I want to, I should wait for a right opportunity and then put my money. So timing the market to a certain extent, I'm not saying timing it like as in literally timing it, but you must know what the trend of the stock is doing. That is of a great help, which I learned personally through technical analysis. As I rightly said, for me it was like a magic moment when I learned that every stock trends, and if I can analyze and study and understand what stock is doing what, it just makes my decision far better in the markets. Because you see, anyways, be it technical as or not, I was going to participate in the market. So now I'm much more better informed. I have a much better perspective. My timing is better, my selection is better. And of course, it all boils down to my performance also, which I've been doing fairly well. As I said, I've been blessed, I've been very lucky that I've seen people go to many different places, doing many different programs, but ultimately I've not been able to find that success in their trading journey. But with Smita ma'am, from whatever I learned, and when I look at, it's not that I don't look at, I do look at many other courses, I did not see the need to go anywhere else so far. So I would say I'm lucky in that perspective. And that's why even when I came back, I would come back and join ma'am's course. I think there's no age. The earlier you start learning about the markets, the better. It's of course a journey. You won't learn it in one day, but it's a huge concept, huge study that will help you boosting your knowledge and trying to identify trends in the market. And this is something that's applied everywhere in any asset class, anywhere in the globe. What you start understanding is everything trends, everything has a cycle, everything has an uptrend, everything has a downtrend. Once you know how to start identifying those, of course you will make more informed decisions. So I would say it's not an age factor. I would say some people are from a finance background, so they tend to have some kind of a knack towards it. Some people are from a completely non-finance background. But it's not that. The way the course curriculum goes, I think it fits for all. If you see in a batch, there's somebody who's much senior person from a teenager. So I don't see that as a boundary, and the way ma'am teaching style carries you through, she covers it right from the basics. So rest, of course, it's up to an individual. You have to put in your hard work, study more about it, read more about it, see what more information you can gather. It's up to one's own interest, how deeply one would like to get itself involved. But overall, I don't see that anything as a barrier, whether you're 55 or you're 20. It's really no barrier. It's not a technology, it's a study. It's like learning a language. So you can learn a language at any age of your life. I had lost some money and then I stopped. Then I could understand that this is not something I understand, so I won't do. But after what I learned here, it equips you with the right kind of skill. So once you develop the skill to do something, naturally, over a period of time, you'll start getting better at it. So that confidence will come, the fear will go away. So the only way to counter that fear is confidence. That confidence will come with knowledge and practice. I'm very much thankful to MTS. It has not only built a career for me, it has built a life for me. Learn trading ka confidence with my trading school.